And they might make a play. They are going for the smoke here, Mineski.
Oh, look at this. No, X-Nova is pinging his the spray.
Oh, yeah, what's he got?
The spray actually stacked, it looked like, at the base.
Oh, that's the expensive one, I believe. That Monkey King spray tag. I'm gonna.
Like,
this is important. I'm gonna check what level that's unlocked.
It's like a Monkey King PogChamp, right? Oh,
It's a Monkey King PogChamp.
I like that one a lot.
That one, yeah, you do not get it until level 1875. A very rare sighting.
Oh, wow.
Of a very, very good spray.
So I think this is really important. You know, we kept talking about, you know, lane matchups. They really want to have this Timbersaw matchup versus Lycan. So the level 1 smoke coming out from Mineski to try to scout those lanes, try to understand where LGD is going to be positioning them. They didn't actually get a ward down right at the start, though. They put it as a defensive one in the bottom lane. So at least that'll maybe catch a glimpse of
30 seconds
where
remaining.
LGD's lanes are. But current time, it seems like Ice is going to go top versus a Bloodseeker Bane, which is not a fun lane.
Not at all.
He's going to need help.
Hey, this certainly is. They don't want to sack that lane entirely.
That pure damage from Bane. Rotation from Chalice, too. You can even Blood Rage the Bane in a couple situations, and he can just go for that harassment onto the Timbersaw. And here we go.
Oh my god, indeed.
They'll see the information now bottom, though. They see that FY as well as Amir bottom. And uh-oh.
Well, now Mineski getting 3 bouncy runes and maybe a bit of action out of it as well as FY. Slowed down, trying to run himself away, but a quick leap up to the high ground from Mushi and Dragon Slave from Moon will find Mineski a first blood on top of those 3 bouncy.
I'm really glad that Moon takes the last hit there. Getting the second null is going to allow him to put a lot of pressure onto maybe in that mid lane. But X-Nova already there to kind of alleviate it. Actually goes for the level 1 Enfeeble. Even though it's been nerfed.
Yeah. True, and as we see, Moon has got other ways to find the CS, but
yep,
at least with that harder ability to deny with that reduced right click, Somnus can have a bit of space to get those early souls built up. Jabs is coming in. They're making it 2v2 in the mid lane.
This is going to give, this is where Ice is going to start to get a good amount up top, because now it's a 2v1.
And this is fine for Mineski to leave Mushi on his own down bottom?
I mean, he's a ranged hero versus a Lycan. They don't really have ways to kill him. He's going to get a little bit of his farm maybe slowed down a bit from that Rubik, but overall, it's not like he's going to die in this lane. He's got Leap as well at level 1. So they're choosing, both sides are kind of choosing their poison a bit here. They're like, okay, we want this Shadow Fiend to get out of control, get a great start, and already 9 last hits coming out from Maybe.
It's got those souls up, no problem at all, so that early power will be here for the SF to allow maybe to have that sort of game that the panel, the bit that he could have. This is the game for an SF, and he's certainly getting the start to have his effect this time around. In fact, Jabs
has to skill Carapace, survive there.
Somnus knew as well. Doesn't throw out that final raise, as he knows it would not quite have done it.
Nova's gone through, what, 2 mangoes already just to keep throwing those Enfeebles? Trying to slow down this Lena's blast hits, and it's working. The Timbersaw's getting some last hits, but Chalice is still able to farm up there relatively well, and Lycan's getting absolute free farm. Mushi's actually just arrowing, it looks like he's trying to arrow the big creeps and just get what he can down here. He's getting zoned off a bit because they're spam denying bottom and keeping the waves idle near the tower. So this is now, they have to bring some help to provide Mushi a little bit of assistance. Otherwise FY can zone him off with all these denies. The lanes begin around. SF is secured. Now X-Nova can go top to try to help out Chalice.
Try and put a bit of pressure on the Ice, who's having this very strong start at the moment. They'll put the blood right down.
Big creep wave. He's trying to just push it away from himself on that Bloodseeker.
Trying to use this Enfeeble on Ice, but got many a spell to keep CSing.
Glad he went for the early magic launch, that Bloodseeker and Bane. They're going to be spamming out those, Blood Rages as well as Enfeebles non-stop, so he gets those spawn charges. And we'll have mana to always last hit with the Timber Chain. And they're looking to get aggressive here. X-Nova up top, getting chased.
And we got Mineski.
And they get it.
Indeed, Ice, and Ninja Boogie finding one. Alice will be able to retreat. Ice, that he's having this start to the lane that we sort of worried he may not be able to have if they had certain matchups, but doing fine. He's up there on the CS. Getting involved in these early kills as well.
It was the choice, though, right? That was the choice from LGD to be like, you know what? We're going to give the Timber a little bit of space. We want Maybe to just be that explosive Shadow. And they've got Ame free farming. I mean, even the Bloodseeker's free farming up top anyway, even though they've lost their Bane.
Yeah.
So they were getting all three cars are absolutely free farming while Mushi's getting quite heavily shut down, unable to really last hit versus this super high damage Lycan.
The 10 for 0, 21 for 7. Ame at the moment.
Great start for LGD.
She just continues to try and keep up by taking down the creeps from that jungle camp each and every time with the
He
arrow.
just keeps arrowing, right? Yeah, I think that's like one of the best things that he can do in this lane to make sure that he gets at least a level. So you see he's level 4 in comparison to level 3s down here, just from arrowing those. I really like Mushi. That mid, Ninja Boogie filling up Moon's. Oh, I thought he missed it. Filling up Moon's bottle. Try to just keep pressure onto maybe, but maybe's full free farm. But now
They tried to lead in, but the Light Strike array will not connect. Somnus steps to the side. Without that stun hitting, not really a chance for Moon and Ninja Boogie to get too aggressive. Still, definitely, sure the CS is favouring LGD, but I don't. The lanes aren't going maybe as bad as would be expected with the hero lineup that Mineski had.
does feel like what Panel was saying, like we were talking about, is that they want to be snowballing pretty hard in this game, though. They don't want this Lycan to have such a free time. And F5, he'll die.
They're getting the kill. Oh, they backed off a little early.
They didn't know that he had all these stick charges. Oh, a costly mistake for Mineski.
Yeah, I mean, you saw.
Oh, F5 even
the
gives
old chat.
And they know. I mean, Mineski knows they messed up there.
All three of them as well backed off before committing for an extra touch. They thought that kill was a solid one, but it was not indeed FY. Managing to escape.
Bringing 3 heroes for that kill on a bounty run. I think FY even got that bounty too before he got chased by James. Got the wand charges, stick charges.
Gonna pop him, Mango. He's got quite enough burst. He hasn't. Oh, in fact, they're in. Indeed, with the cancel and the silence, they'll be able to punch back. Tower hanging into ice as well, but the reactive armor will keep him just safe enough.
Blood Rage amplification wasn't quite enough.
I mean, Chalice is chasing.
Another Blood Rage.
But he's out.
Able to chain away.
Gets to the side. Stun as well. Holds back Chalice from diving any further. So Ice will survive.
That was very close. Getting that instant lift as the chain comes out. Level 6 bottom. Suffering a bit in last hits, of course, but those levels from that arrowing that big creep over and over again. Solid. And their net worths are pretty good because of it.
Over towards the mid. Just hoping for the setup. He's got the Nightmare. FY closing the gap with the telekinesis, and a quick few raises from Somnus will seal the deal. Find the setup. Somnus continuing to have a strong start on the Shadow Fiend. All 3 cores of LGD pretty much free farming, as it were.
Alina's still doing quite well in the mid lane, though. At least in net worth status, she's actually still ahead of Shadow Fiend. Probably because that first blood in particular.
Yeah, that
little bit of extra, yeah.
And we have seen, in a way, cleaning out some of these neutral camps as well, just in that CS and farm on a pretty similar par, as you say, to maybe SF at the moment.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Support levels are pretty much dead even too. 4 and 4, and then 4 and 3. Mineski just sits ahead, but now being jabs. Ninja Boogie up top right now. They've now moved Ice bottom to match versus Lycan, but this Lycan already has a Dominator and level 6. We could see Ame even make this rotation. This is like the staple rotation we see time and time again from Lycans. You rotate toward that mid hero from behind the back with that Dominator, and it's quick, easy kill. Starting to make the move already.
Yeah, there really is not a lot that be done by Lina if the 2 of them do get on top of her short. You can see a light strike thrown out, but it's only likely to catch one of the 2.
They're actually bringing Somnus down bottom. They saw the Timber Saw. This is a good combo to be able to try to kill it.
Mushi looking for FY, and stick charges won't save FY. They get the kill, and instantly with the Moonlight Shadow, they back themselves away from maybe's rotation with this double damage room.
That was great, right? Like FY being dead now, they can't go for this kill, and now Jabs.
They're thinking of going back in with the Moonlight, but the stun
off the mark. The arrow.
Oh, it does hit. Do they have the damage? At the Starfall, they may just do so. And
Raindrop.
oh, can they chase him, Ice? He's going for it, but he can't go for it. In fact, the turnaround will be there as they lose Moon, they lose Jabs, and Ice can need to play his way out of this one. He is a Timbersaw, does have the 2 points in the armor, 2 in the chain. Bloodright will still catch him, but he manages to timber chain down to the low ground.
He's gonna get
He
away.
will be able to TP out of there, so at least Ice gets out. But all in all, it looked like a really smart re-engage with the Moonlight Shadow, but sort of with that initial stun missing from Jabs, they couldn't get the kill quick enough, and it cost them 2 lives.
I also think that maybe he had this is his second raindrop that he bought in the game, because I'm pretty sure majority of it got burned in the mid lane from the Lina, and then there, it does play a big factor, being able to mitigate a good amount of that damage that comes out. Back, and we did see, we didn't get to see it on camera, of course, because the bottom situation was happening, but Ame did get that, that wraparound rotation that we see so often on those Vikings, that Dominator timing.
Still, it's a slight lead here for LGD. All their 3 cores just being ahead, the SF, and as you sort of say, and as the panel mentioned as well, the sort of worry for Mineski that they did not want to sort of be behind. They wanted to be ahead. 10 minutes in,
Yep.
They wanted to be having the bigger impact. The runes are up. He gets them. There's a rupture onto Ice. He's in a bit of trouble as Ame and Chalice start to beat him down. They've got the stun. He can't get out. No escape for Ice. Telekinesis onto Mushi. They're looking for more. He's got 1 lead. He's got a second. Will get himself up to the high ground and away. Chalice is thinking about chasing. An arrow's there. Moon's coming with a rotation, and then the Laguna Blade will punish Chalice.
Nice move from Moon.
Somnus running the raises. Jabs. Quick brain sap as well from X-Nova gives Jabs no time to respond.
Quick collapse from both teams, with every hero pretty much making their way down bottom extremely quick.
Some of the most mobile sort of 2 teams be in the first 10 minutes at the moment in this meta. A lot of the times, very sort of stale lanes, 2-1-2s, pretty much keeping at it for the first 10 minutes. But this time round, a lot of movements, a lot of lane switching being made by both teams.
Yep. And there we saw that, Bloodseeker versus Timbersaw. You get ruptured, yeah, you can stand still, but you get blood raged, the damage just goes right through your armor. He's only got 2 points in the reactive right now, but either way, the blood rage really does counteract that quite a lot.
And what about this? This isn't normally a staple pickup, is it, with the Bloodseeker, the Soul Ring?
When Soul Ring?
I believe it's coming. They just showed him. Has he got it
I
on the
don't
cover?
think so.
Oh, he brought it and sold it. Okay, he definitely brought it.
Okay.
And then he sold it.
I'd never see that before.
I
mean, he's going
say.
for Blade Mail. It's going to give him some mana anyway, and he's got Wand and range.
Unless, did someone else buy a Soul Ring?
I didn't see it.
I'm pretty sure he bought it and then he sold it.
I'll take your word for it.
Or maybe it was the Timber's buying it.
It might have just been the Timber. I think you might be crazy.
I'll blame the guy. I could have sworn it. I could have sworn on that screen it said Bloodseeker brought a Soul Ring. There we go. Few raises.
They find Jabs. They instantly find Jabs. That is the first Vendetta usage, and they already had sentries prepared in the jungle. I've actually seen maybe was farming jungle for a bit and giving the Bane the middle lane to get that level 6 for a bit too. Already prepared. Always important. As soon as it hits level 6, the Nyx as well as that Mirana just have those sentries prepared, and LGD have done that this time. I guess a very nice early game steal.
That's a lot of nuke damage.
Yeah, one of the highest actual level 4 nuke steals you can get in the game.
As you're already saying, sort of Timber very vulnerable to Blood Rage. Blood Rage him in that amount of magical burst.
Yep.
He'll have no trouble killing Ice at this stage of the game.
And they've got the Blood Rage and everything, and as soon as the panel saw Shadow Fiend, they're like, oh man, that's where Timber really gets scared. There's so much magical to just pierce through.
He really needs that hood ASAP, and he, of course, is working towards it, Ice.
Damage.
There's the set up top, and we got BAM! Disappears.
Yep, that's that Starstorm plus Brain Sap. They even had Ame coming in case they weren't able to clean it up with that book 1 finished up just now.
And now it's getting scary. We're starting to see sort of those interactions, those elements of the lineup of Mineski that is going to suffer against LGD's lineup.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I mean, it's terrifying. Jabs trying to Vendetta to set something up top. The Vendetta ends. They even have a sentry placed down just prepared for it.
Right, Jabs try for the stun, but meanwhile, the 2 of them, the burst, FY with the stolen stun and control, takes down Ninja
And now
Boogie.
Jabs, he's got Carapace, but
They've got raises, they've got disable with the telekinesis. Not a chance for Jabs to get that Carapace out. They're getting a lot here, LGD. They are starting to really show off their flair.
Yeah, I mean, this game just, it really does feel really difficult for Mineski just because of these core matchups.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And already to the start when you're, I mean, LGD, they have a Lycan, and they're getting this snowball start already. If they get a couple, if you get a couple of these tier 1s, you're going to see that Roche be that next contention pretty soon. Only 13 minutes a game with 13 minutes in the game with a 5k gold lead, also the experience 4k.
And the next thing you know, this Lycan's going to be walking around with a level 3 Necro book, and suddenly Nick's assassin's job becomes so much harder.
And how do you disengage as Mineski when that's there? The Moonlight Shadow was one of the options, but when that book 3 does come out, you just can't.
Yeah.
Chalice already has the Blade Mail finished up too, so if Timber tries to initiate now, also, a lot of that burst damage can be turned onto Ice. Ice bottom, trying to pressure tower here. X-Nova tried to get in ring, get that set up, but unable.
The Shadow Blade picked up for Somnus now. He'll look to make those plays level 12, so he does have those 2 points in the Requiem.
14-minute Shadow Blade.
These 3 cores of LGD just looking that bit more scary than the cores that Mineski can present at this early point of the game.
And they even get it denied to boot. That tower denied bottom. Jabs. Might be able to find something here this time, but the sentry's placed down already.
We'll start to open, but X-Nova's quick with the Nightmare onto Moon. Nightmare does get taken off at Fly. FY, sorry, with the stolen double stun, holds the 2 of them back. Ice. Will still look to chase, but again, FY with that stolen Light Strike holds back Ice.
And
he just plays his way out of the 3 of them, FY.
And they got the bounty too, right? Yeah. They got 3 of them again at that, or 2 of them, sorry. But in the midst of 3 heroes of Mineski, the Bane and the Rubik, the 2 supports, are able to get away from FY's clutch stuns and steals. And that was looking like it was going to be Mineski getting back on the board finally here, but be having firm control of this.
LGD Somnus.
In a very aggressive spot.
He's farming. He's just outside of range by that shrine. He is in a ballsy position.
He's looking to make solo plays here with the Shadow Blade. That's why he's positioned there.
Coming towards the mid Chalice.
Gotta be careful. Wrap around.
On this. A little bit of time left. He's going to go for the Requiem. And a few raises. Oh, Moon's gone. The Shadow Blade play. Yeah, talking about Somnus asserting his dominance onto Moon. As the 2 mids continue to grow further and further apart. Somnus now with over a 2k advantage on this leader. Top. Jams finds FY.
Can they even get this one?
I mean, he's a tricky kill. He's got good levels, FY at the moment.
Somnus coming in.
Shadow Blade wrap around, looking for the raises. Oh, misses both.
2 of them off.
Over. Find the Fiend's Grip, but it is going to be cancelled by the Ice Path. Ninja Boogie nearly does die.
Raindrop saves Ninja Boogie there.
Goes down to about 5 HP on the Jakira.
They're asking for their team, of course. This allows Chalice to get all that amplified movement speed too. He's got, you know, the thirst, and that Jakiro very low. And during all this, Ame, now book 3 is finished. 1 more tier 1, and they can even look just go for that Roche and make Mineski react to them. Like we said, the core matchups are there, and they've got this heavy farm advantage already at 17 minutes. 7k gold lead.
I mean, what's Mineski's best plays, you think, from this sort of position?
I mean, with this Yules, they can look to get pickoffs now. I think that's the biggest thing. They can actually get these setups with Moon, and that's what I think that they need to do. They need to try killing one of these cores. Just try to find this Bloodseeker, try to find this Shadow Fiend, and turn it into like a snowball chain of kills.
But it still seems so hard in any sort of situation where there's, you know, a good number of LGD. They've just got so many heroes that can just run it. There's Lycan and Bloodseeker. How do you keep these 2 heroes off your relatively squishy cores?
And look at bottom.
Indeed. I mean,
just dead.
Not a core that you would normally call relatively squishy, but the Timbersaw, Ice, he's suffering as well.
And they're not, it doesn't even look like they're going to get X-Nova top. That smoke movement that they made, X-Nova was playing a bit cautious because they were diving the Timber bottom and no reaction comes, so he's like, they're trying to make a play somewhere.
Chalice. The rupture. Moon gets himself out of the Blood Bright and will TP away.
Are they going to secure another tower deny here for LGD?
He should be able to. It's underneath the threshold, isn't it?
Yep.
It is.
If they want to go for it.
They want to keep it up a bit.
Yep. Somnus getting the wraparound behind jabs. Gets the Carapace off.
And one more raise. There we have it.
Even though he was in this, the movement. Ooh. Mineski, they're unable to really find much.
And look at that as well. Ice. Not
Blink.
going for the hood. Going for the blink instead of picking up the hood of Defiant.
You can tell that they're feeling all this pressure. They can't make moves on the map. A few times they've tried. They've ran into FY, who dodged 2 of the ganks that they've done. X-Nova as well, the support top dodged one of the ganks as well. I mean, it's starting to snowball completely out of control. 10k gold lead. And as we just keep reiterating, the core matchups are not favorable for Mineski. Chalice is going to be getting, Chalice is getting close to a BKB, and you look at this lineup from Mineski, and they are like almost 100% magic damage in this stage.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Not until the later portions you can really consider the Lina and the Mirana's right-click enough.
Mirana adds a little bit, but with the Maelstrom build, it's more magic, and the Leap at least provides a bit, but they're already pretty durable on the side of LGD. I mean, this Lycan has 2200 HP.
And look at his build as well, Armin. So going for the Shadowblade himself as well.
I think they're just looking to hunt.
Yeah.
That's what that tells me on the side of LGD. I mean, they have this Bloodseeker who's going BKB, but the other two, Somnus as well as the Lycan, they just want to try to find these pickups because they know that Mineski's just going to keep getting split up on the map the way the pressure's going. Come out. Could be a 2 for 2. Mineski, they are playing a bit around that Roche pit, but already a BKB.
BKB, Shadowblade, double damage rune in a bottle.
They got to somehow get the catch, the stuns before those BKBs come out, but LGD's been extremely prepared with all these sentry wards constantly. As we see on the map, they've got like 5 on the map at all times, just awaiting for the movements of this Nyx Assassin or the Moonlight Shadow.
Radiant's bottom tower has a nasty situation. Radiant structures are fortified.
Smoke up.
Dire's
Behind
middle
Arme,
tower
LGD as they look to sweep around towards mid.
They're looking to take fights with this BKB picked up on Thomas. He has that DD rune as well, as you mentioned.
tower has fallen.
See if they can find the
Dire
opening.
denied their middle tower.
Another tower deny as well. As Mineski were trying to push onto that tier 1, but Chalice will take it away from them.
Is under attack.
That's 3 tower denies.
I
from
believe so.
LGD, yeah. 0 gold from all those towers that Mineski got.
And they need it. There's a 10k gold difference at the moment between these teams, and they've found him.
They give him the Requiem.
They don't need to. A couple of right clicks and a raise from Somnus will do it.
FY already
They've
has
also
Blade.
got the control onto Mushi. He'll jump, but he's already bleeding as blood spurts everywhere.
And Ame just dives the base too and finds a hero, and Jabs just watches him. And now Jabs is actually being chased because the book 3 sees him.
He has lost the ultimate though.
Yeah.
So might be able to have that movement speed required to chase.
I'm trying to think of what Mineski can do, but this just feels so impossible.
Roshan
And
as
now
well.
they're going for the Roche. I think they had to be able to try to snowball this game, and all 3 lanes just didn't go in favor of them. This was a 3-lane win from LGD.
Certainly was.
It was a good top lane. Like Ice got a couple kills, but he was getting massively out-leveled by the Bloodseeker. Now they get the Roche, and they've got these double BKBs online. Ow, indeed. Agree.
Their chat wheel game has certainly been the stronger this time. Well, LGD.
His Jabs 0, 5 and 1. Ninja Boogie 0, 2, 3. Mushi's got 1 and 1, but I mean he's a Miran in this game, and very squishy and versatile Lycan. It's not really fun.
They've got the Moonlight. They do manage to find
They
the
jump.
light strike ban.
Okay.
They've taken 2.
That's something.
They get Chalice. They take the Aegis away from the SF. But
Max stun.
FY does indeed come in with a 2-man light strike in response. BKB for Somnus, revving up the Requiem. Mushi will be able to leap his way up to the high ground, but Jabs won't escape. The BKB
Stun
Somnus
again.
can punch through. FY indeed again with the control, sets up for a second. Buyback immediately from Jabs as he'll look to get into the fight. They do have the stun onto the SF. There'll be a defensive nightmare coming through. Somnus, can he Shadowblade his way out of it? It looks like he can. He is underneath a sentry, but he's too speedy. Gets up to the high ground and look, here comes backup now for LGD. Arme with the ult, ready to chase them down. They have lost 2 LGD, but now Arme's ready to do the cleanup. Takes down Ninja Boogie. They cut down a 4th, and now Ice he's left alone. He'll look to try and bring down Somnus with him, but FY with the stolen pizzas, chucking out the chakras, cleans it up. It's a team wipe as Mineski lose 5 and more, with Jabs dying twice in that fight off the back of his buyback. And FY, I mean,
those
he's...
stuns were unreal. That was super sick. And they were prepared again with the sentries. They just, sure, they got the initial kill on that Shadow Fiend, but they have an Aegis at this point, and with such a net worth advantage, And then Ame, he's like, hey, cleanup crew, coming in.
Yep. And we'll see it again. I mean, it's an FY.
Yeah,
Gets
FY.
in. Two-man disable, first of all, with the light strike.
Somnus canceled his Requiem a few times there, but either way.
And instantly FY.
And again.
Another catch. Gets the stun off. And as you can see here, grabs the chakram. And extra bit of damage comes in handy later as he's able to blink away from Ice. Coming for the kill.
Sick defensive sleep there by Xnova. Just that, like, giving him a little bit more time to get that Shadow Blade off and get away from that Mineski team. And I mean, that was Jabs buying back in that situation too. So they threw 6 heroes to try to attempt to go for that wipe onto LGD, and it's fully LGD's favor. 18k gold lead, 20k experience lead as well, and it's out of hand.
It's getting pretty rough here for Mineski this game one.
Jabs. Scouts them out. That was a smoke by LGD.
Oh.
Xnova just leading the charge. Not afraid.
Yeah, there's FY. Instantly, again, in with the stolen stun. Bam.
Sentry Dust.
FY.
So prepared for these invis. Now Timber.
He's running.
There's no book up yet, just yet. The Moonlight Shadow. He does reveal himself for a second, though. Book is up in 5 seconds. Can he actually get away? Her stomp is up. Her stomp is up in 3 seconds.
So it's hard for Ice to try the TP play. Unless he kills the sensor. Now he's a little safe producer, but at the same time around the back, they've actually found out Chalice.
Okay.
Somnus comes in, and there's Xnova as well. As soon as they lose Chalice, they find Moon in response.
And Ice with that blink was able to disengage and get away at least. But that map control, LGD just keeping it very firm in control.
Somnus too. He's very close to having that hex.
Oh my. FY.
Oh, again. FY coming in. Got the vision. Does get stunned. The nightmare. Indeed, FY could pay for this one. Look at the ice bar. Mushi jumps in, and FY's reign will finally come to an end.
Here comes the 2 cores.
Mate, for the target, Somnus finds Ninja Boogie. Ame's going to continue to chase. Trying to find Mushi, and Mushi, no leap for 5 seconds. The cat cannot jump away from the dog. It's Ame.
And they
the big
find
bad wolf
Jabs.
finds it with Somnus.
Jab's going to be able to get away from this one. It looks like he will. Nope, he won't. Just kidding. Lots of burst.
26 to 8.
And top.
Oh! Ice, the armor. Is it enough?
Waits
Ooh.
for the rupture to wear off. Got the blink.
Oh, he's out.
He'd be on cooldown for 2 seconds,
I think he's good.
but he should be fine. Yeah. Should be.
And that reactive armor just enough to keep him alive against the beatings of the Bloodseeker.
But they're completely on the back foot in this game. It's just LGD making all the plays, and it's full reactionary from Mineski, which they have to in this game. How much of a snowball it's been from LGD, and even a full Orchid. Full Orchid on Lycan and a Hex now for maybe.
26-minute Hex on the SF.
It's level 22.
Oh, he's having a good one.
12, 0, and 4. Chalice is pretty much the one who's, they're like, you can die for us as the core. Ame and maybe, they're not dying. Unless Jabs gets the connect, but there's books all around.
And Ame
Ame's
got
very
the ult off.
tanky.
They're hunting. Got level 3 Necro. They've got eyes on him. Somnus coming in as well, looking to close the gap, and they don't even need Somnus by the looks of it. As this Nyx assassin will fall apart very quickly.
Gem now picked up as well on LGD. Trying to keep control of this mid.
Oh, and again, the rupture. It's there from Chalice. Ice, still. He's dead this time.
This time he's dead.
FY comes in with that magical burst to find the kill. Just getting into a bit of a slaughter. This matchup.
It's been a bit of a slaughter.
Not a lot that Mineski can do at this stage as LGD have just turned up.
They haven't found a kill in a long time.
They're playing flawlessly. LGD.
Start to finish, they have been making little to no mistakes in this game. Just Chalice being the one who said it was dying. They got FY too. Those other 2 big cores, the Lycan and the Shadow Fiend, did massive problems. Mineski now already 28 minutes, they're trapped in the baits. It's almost, we're getting to that point where, he said that almost at 1,000 GPM lead. 23k already. Ice circles the enemy base.
He's had a beautiful game.
Yeah.
He's had a fantastic land here so far. And on his Rubik, you wouldn't expect anything less from him.
He did have a plethora of spells in this game to steal, and he's been doing great and dodging a lot of potential deaths. And the Hex coming out with that gem as well. Somnus. Oh, they threw the Rupture too, huh? A little bit of overkill, but Jabs is dead.
Mineski are going to have to pull out some sort of miraculous high ground defense to stop this game going the way of LGD. As LGD are just so far ahead right now.
And they're controlling the whole map, keeping Mineski in their base. Full map control. They can claim all the ruins. Roche is going to be, we can find out Roche in about 20 seconds too. So Aegis and Cheese is probably going to be the timing for LGD to look to breach that high ground and end the game. But they're still just stalking outside the base, just waiting for any one of Mineski to try to get any extra farm. They're trying something here with this BKB on Mushi.
Do what they can get.
They're trying to punish someone probably split, expecting to be split farming.
They find Arme. He's out alone on his own.
Radiant's top tower
I
is
have a
getting
feeling
low.
about this. Claiming the bounty.
He's starting
the
to
Shadow
back
Blade.
off and outside of range as well during the night time. They don't any information in terms of reasons to drop any sort of detection.
And now they gotta run.
They absolutely have to. Arme leading the charge, immediately sweeping over. Mineski, they've just got to get themselves in the tree line and get themselves out of it. Arme's coming, he's searching. Quick blink and a TP will keep them safe. Mushi's out, Ice as well will escape.
I guess they were trying to make the attempt on ganking on the bounty rune, trying to catch when LGD splitting up to grab all 4 bounties. They aren't able to find anybody though, and the lead continues to grow.
26,000. BKB finished now on Arme. On mid lane. That's a Timbersaw.
Wow.
Dying in 4 hits. He did have a double damage ring, but
Did have a
still.
DD.
It's
And no reactive armor stat.
why? Ooh,
The sleep?
Did they even get him? I don't know if they do indeed. As the sleep is there to save him. FY will be willful. They
got
do
him.
find him at least, but they lose 2. Double kill for Somnus.
Hex on Ninja
There's
Boogie.
another Hex. Ninja Boogie becoming the Ninja Piggy. And he's gone as well. Triple kill for Somnus.
That right there looked like one of those situations is where it's like, just kill FY. Kill FY before we lose this game. Now the base siege begins. Ame pushing down bottom.
That Crow unit's in.
Is under attack. Gallant Radiant.
Mineski will pop a fortification, but Arme's just straight past tier 3s.
Radiant's
Another Hex from Somnus.
Couple hits.
He's
Arrow
got-
connects,
They stunned him.
but it's just Mushi.
And Mushi's back to the pack.
That
LGD,
LGD
not
just-
holding anything back today. This game 1, just perfect play from them, perfect draft. As Mineski seemingly entirely just sort of at a loss here in this game 1. There's nothing they can do.
Yeah, I mean this one really did feel like a tremendous outdraft, and
Yeah.
I mean LGD just completely ran away with it. They didn't even give any slack to them. They denied all 3 tier 1s that Mineski were trying to get. When you have a 31k gold lead and almost a 40,000 experience lead, I mean it's unbelievable. Mineski, they're trying to find this final effort of a smoke to catch somebody, but Ame, Shadow Blade's in.
Ooh, they
Gets
did
caught
get
by
the
dust. He has a BKB though.
Oh, BKB, and indeed walks towards Moon. Moon has to run away. Chalice is looking to chase him down, and Somnus finishes the kill. They'll take Moon, they'll take Ninja Boogie, and they may even get more as they head across, looking to chase. Stun from Jabs, holds him down. Ice. He will jump in, but again, a defensive nightmare, keeping Arme safe. Jabs can't escape. Neither can
one can.
Ice, and Mushi, he's caught out as well. GG is called as Mineski getting absolutely crushed here in game 1 by LGD.
This one just seemed like an all-around, like everything. The movements from LGD were crisp. They didn't allow Mineski to really get any pickups. They always had sentries prepared for as soon as that level 6 came out on both the Mirana as well as the Nyx Assassin. They got the lane matchups they wanted. It was just absolutely flawless.
I mean, Somnus,